This is day 940 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. This week's Arukh HaShulchan Yomi is being sponsored by a generous donor for Hatzlach in life and for Yer Shamayim, and may HaKadosh Baruch Hu assist him to achieve both. Today we are doing Siman Tov Reish Lamed Aleph, Seif Tes Vav, to Tov Reish Lamed Beis, Seif Dalet. That's what. The time of the mill. So, we are going with the plank still. The sukkah is a psula. The reason why the sukkah is possible, even if you remove the whatever covering the planks had, mishum tasav lo menasui. It's because it's made on its own. You didn't make it. Therefore, you pick up each and every beam. We'll close there. You put it back down. The same sukkah, so you have a new making of the sukkah for the purpose of sukkah. So if you take one from amongst two, and you put chak kosher there, it's obviously a new creation. Instead of doing a maisa with every beam between two beams, have a kilos of maisa b'chol sukkah. So we did a maisa to the entire extent of the sukkah. That's quite their opinion. Rashi is by the lav kol meshcha sukkah miskasher dezeh. Not the entire sukkah is not going to make kosher by this. El osam shlein and sagim, but rather the areas between the beams. And about a certain psulam only, and the beams remain puzzle. I am sure. Because so that's the case. So the important one why the Gzera sticker should apply. In this case, they didn't make a Gzera. They came to the Chazin like Gava, the buggy with Taslam and Asli. Since we see that this person knows the Taslam and Asli, he fixes it in order to make it kosher. It's good crap. How are we going to make a decree against him? They might come sit on the roof of his house. He's better than somebody who comes to initially to make a schach, who we forbid to make with planks of fourth volume with, because he hasn't demonstrated his knowledge of Taslim and Osli. But this person has. It's interesting. Am I right? If you have a ceiling from which you remove the coating, is a psul that's possible. Shari lo nas l'shem sukkah, not paid for sukkah l'shem bais, purpose of the house. So we repeat back on say therefore if you wobbled the planks, v'nidam asmerim, and you move the nails, the shem sukkah for the purpose of sukkah, harizak shera. You don't have to take out the nails. That was just moving a little bit. It's a catch. Can't have in each plank 10 foot 4 tvachim. So you took one from among the other two. You put down schach kosher, so you sukkah, the purpose of sukkah, rei zok shera. Ad kan l'shena. On the other hand, the Ram is really the ad Ram. So it seems to the Ram unconscious. Ram k'shehaya psul gam mishum tasav and osui. When even the psul is because of tasav and osui. Chamer tvei, it's more chamer. Pshita rechavim are apostle Tim. It's posh there. The fourth volume why it's possible no matter what. I feel better rechavim are, but even they're not fourth volume why you should worship place some time. Shayol and psul tasav and osui. The Gemara says shita that they're osui because of tasav and osui. Lo kaim alon kain. It's just that we don't hold that way. Meaning that you can rectify it. That's a chiddush that he's coming to tell us. I feel I already had a psul, a problem with taslim. Nevertheless, you can fix it by wobbling them or taking one amongst two of them. Okay, now we have a very long brackets. The first one may be too tikkur come before but says sorry on how to nullify a roof, and this is what it means. Zolamein bahen arba. We don't have fourth vachim. The Rambam. The one man that holds about psula. In this case, it's possible. You can't. It doesn't help to wobble the beams. The other one that holds it does help. Okay, look, that's halacha. want to say that only pickbook alone, wobbling alone, says where it was fourth volume white, and somebody who sees it will not understand what's going on. But if you remove planks from amidst other planks, it's mutter apar, but even with the fourth volume white, there's no concern that somebody's going to see it and make a mistake. Because they'll see that something has been changed, as opposed to where it's just wow, nobody sees the change. I'm astounded. Going around, you're compelled to say that nullifying a roof is if it's nullified this way, im lav or not. Basically, it's nothing to do with the people who are perceiving this. It's going on both of them. Whether the problem is even whether you did pickbook or whether the problem is equal, because Roy is not the issue. Ran ein Sham so there steht der kein Moshe ist immer Abraham kein Moshe Tayes Abraham ein Sham ein Test sie können Test with Duke. So shall see being the Abraham and other shitas, and they don't make any resolution of the issue. You'd say Sukkah no gag, Sukkah has no roof, going to show you Russia at first Zukumo covers, such as when the walls of the tops of the walls are connect to each other like a hive. Or you made like a lean-to. You put the top of the sukkah next to the wall. It's an angle. That's possible. Sukkah below gag. You have to have a sukkah with a roof. No sukkah without a roof. And the slant of a tent is not considered to be a tent. On them, however, if it has a roof, I feel tefach, even as the tefach, it's not 7x7. A person shows some there's one tefach less than 3 tefachim away from the tip of the teepee, let's call it. Tefach have only in a common form, but tefach isn't all for several things. That works also here. Lachen shal shem olas, it has chalei shem eyal. Mitzkasha is kosher, but she put nechshav kegaga sukkah. And the angle, the steep, the incline, is considered like the roof of the sukkah. But if it's made of things from which you make schach, sit sleep under the entire angle. Sharatzion says, Ramar brings down, you can't even be Mako based on law. You can't be Mako based on law. Maybe he brings it down later. Says the other show further. So if you recline it in the wall, and on the bottom there's the tefach before the incline starts. And he made a structure, a tefach high over there, perpendicular to the ground. They put the head of the incline on its bottom there. This tefach makes it as if it has a roof. Rashi feel have tefach here, even the tefach is airspace. Also tefach also kohel. I made a mistake before. I read the wrong Mishnah Berurah. Oh no, I did. No. Yeah, I read it. I read the right one. Here it says, you should be choshesh for the yesh only the rubbings down. You should take it down that the tefach should not be just air. So now he doesn't like this last statement. That feel tefach according to the tefach however also says tefach also koel. Shvei tefach said double koel koshim the gag in this case even though it's air there's no structure there in that bottom tefach that's considered to maybe the slide. And all of the incline is the roof. Upashu tzoshe begova tzvachim obviously has to be 10 tefachim high. At the height of 10 tefachim, shebegova as talking zayin al zayin, the minimum shir sukkah shikha shir sukkah. That was the kedayfen. How would that be considered to be like a wall? Hashalom al chagag, and the rest above that is like a roof. And so she has schach kosher, so you have kosher schach over there. Va'yut tvachim modim biyosher bo v'achson. And tvachim are measured straight up, perpendicular, not on an angle. V'nir shagam ba'agova shel ma'al biyut tzarech liyos shiva tvachim. Also above 10 tvachim has to be, the height has to be 7 tvachim. Then schach pachas mishir zeh. No schach less than that. Well, that takes, okay, in other words, the incline can't go to less than 7 immediately above the 10 tvachim mark. V'yeshlokim is there. Some argue, but the primary halacha is the chumrah. Tafrei Shlam based. Become a place of schach pasul v'avir. What's the share of schach pasul passing, and what's the share of airspace passing? Well, we hold the schach pasul says called a sukkah be'emtzim arba tvachim. Schach pasul ran the entire sukkah pasul is 4 tvachim wide. Minatzad on the side, ba'arba amos you have up to 4 amos. Come on. V'avir posels kol sukkah be'emtzim minatzad. Airspace passes the entire sukkah when it's in the middle on the side. V'shlosh tvachim if it's 3 tvachim of airspace. So b'yad v'achim. The explanation is b'shiyesh b'sukkah shlosh tfaros. We have a sukkah 3 walls. Baruch Lavi is psutz on the 4th side is open. Maskal schach pasul avir mean tchilas doifen emtzoi, and the schach pasul or the airspace begins from the middle wall. V'lechabnei kol sukkah goes to the end of the sukkah. Domin apart to the side which is open. Mechag sukkah shnei chalak divides the sukkah in 2. Chol chel lo nishar bo rak shnei v'tfanos each part remains in only 2 walls. Chek shehev sikkah bogus mishlosh tvachim. So when it's less than 2 tvachim, have a lover. That's lover and klum is not a problem. Aval shlosh tvachim avir, but it's 3 tvachim of air cholek is the shnayim. By it's looking at half. The nif slagam it's totally possible. Schach pasul ain't cholek is bar, but tvachim schach pasul only divides the sukkah. There's 4 tvachim of it. Shul zon makom chashiv. It's a share of a significant place. Above me arba, but says we're talking lo chashiv l'chok. It's not significant enough to divide it. Mashavir machakol shlosha, that which the airspace divides it with 3, not 4. Mishum da chaluka nikas hedil, because it's quite obvious. Never needs to have more stringent share. But chreach shiyatza milav machlokes. Never the machlokes says when it's no longer love. Ava schach pasul, but pasul schach ena chaluka nikeres, that you can't see the division so blatantly. And Makol Chashiv only divides up in a significant space, with the dollar fucking. It has the 4th fucking. Base, the more impossible. But I have a place that should place up b'shlosh tvachim, plus ben answer sukkah ben outside. The 3 airspace passes both in the middle sukkah and inside the sukkah. I have a schach pasul, but if a schach pasul, a place of arba tvachim al be'emtza. It only passes if it's 4 tvachim wide in the middle of the sukkah. I mean outside, but on the side, ain't a pasul at arba amos. You don't see it doesn't go pasul up to 4 amos. You shouldn't really do it because he says that the wall is crooked. We see this extension of the schach pasul, which is on the roof, I guess, around the sukkah. And it's part of the wall. But the wall bent over when it got to the roof. It's not, let's say, somebody should say, so one should say that we must have possibly outside Doifen Hakuma, Amesh Arba Amos, we say Doifen Hakuma to 4 Amos, Ubavi Irshal Markain, the Ain Mahal Meet had Doifen. The Doifen. By airspace can't see it, there's nothing to say. We see it as if it's wall, if it's just plain airspace. Kimo, is there Shalom Ardu? Now he said, Bibioshal Doifen Hakuma. And he explained that because the Chashin, the Schach Hilu, Mina Doifen. So the Schach became part of the wall, and they had come and the wall got bent over and twisted. Keikosav Rashi, as Rashi writes, Keikosav Rambam. Rambam also writes, something you down with Zealous Shina. That's what the Ram writes. When you kill a question, they come with the walls, if it's crooked, if you choshes that Schach apostle, we see this apostle Schach. Mikuba Kreis is part of the wall of the Ksheretz Kosher. But that was Aloch we see in this Aloch Mosh, Akan L'Shene. And quote the Rambam. But if that's the case, you have to understand. Cave on the Chashmei law shall a case sell if you consider part of the wall. You get a schach kosher or kol. So then the schach kosher is very far from the wall. Achnei is that the Ian Kenu. So it's like this. The kach nimra alocha. That is the alocha. The Chashmei is schach apostle kilu min adoifen. You consider schach apostle if it's from the wall. Nisakim it got crooked. But Chashmei kilu adoifen nisakim, and we consider as if the wall itself is krum. And against the schach kosher. So since we have consider this a wall, so now we make an imaginary wall down the hypotenuse of that right triangle. Right as that, and this evidence for this is Machlit Staba from the case of Staba. She's Barbasim Haba. Shasuga Lamal Master Mama. So as much Ramas told Uvab Bo Staba and made a platform inside. I might go over to the Mishnah. From the Gemara says the word Yesh Misvar Said Staba Lakoit supposed to have Arba Amos. It was from the edge of the platform to the wall, less than 4 amos. Shayat's kosher with Tam David Akuma. They have this as if the wall is that's a bad way. Like this. The wall is I can't do this. The wall is like this. Well, let's just do one side. The wall is like this. Even though it goes actually like this, it's as if it goes like this. The Koshkasa Rampeg Dal Dinu Dav Zelshon, like the Rambam writes. Bona it's by him, so if you made a platform in the middle, Pavas Marba Amos Kshera, it's less than 4 amos to the wall, side wall is kosher. Kilan Chitza, the gas might stab us if the wall is touching the platform. At Kalashana. And the head Yokiv Agenu. Specifically what he wrote. Bracket says the Mashapir Shurash Sham Dochaper, so Rashi rejects that reason, that explanation. Hainu Shelo Zebuvat. It's not. It means it's not just alone. Rabbi Tarbayit, so you can need both. That's what he means by both here. It means need a wall on top in order to say the wall is on an angle. Ugam Itzar Shmarken also by Itzar, but that's the case. Ayin Shabduk. Dalad. Yeshu some say Lo Midam Nakua and Mechitzas Magias L'Schach. That's only if the walls actually reach the Schach itself. Av Ein Mechitzas Magias L'Schach, the walls do not reach the Schach itself. Lo Midam Nakua, don't say Dom Nakuma. Batam Nirat, that's the run. The reason seems because the Chol Hechi, the Mafsik Avir, wherever space in swaps, I feel even in a height, Ein Makoma, you can't join the wall with the kosher platform inside. How can we say the Schach, the Apostle Schach is from the wall and it's bent over. Hello, Adam Magilla, then Shabbatzah, and have your Mafsi. Doesn't reach the other wall because of the airspace in the middle. The tourist says, say, even if the wall is only 10 feet high, and the wall is much, the roof is much higher. Shani, I definitely see the wall, as if it goes up to that place. Then we see the there, Adkan Lashana. From the tour. I mean, we see the walls if it goes up on high. Because in that case, name of let's say also by airspace. Then okay, it's not that way. The dafka ba'avir the fanashel malamerch sukkah. Only where you have the airspace of the walls above the hechsher sukkah shem mutzarech. It goes way up high. You don't require yesh no arcane. You would say this little bit of gag shiu melkom hechsher sukkah, not where that airspace in the roof is part of the actual kashrus of the sukkah. Inyan Dina Yesh Lachmir. Machim Shabura brings up both opinions. Whether you say even the chitz is not Magil Schach, only Magil Schach. It's possible he says that when from the walls to the side is less than 3 tefachim, because everybody can be mako, which makes sense. I'm not sure. Arukh HaShulchan says holds that way. Avlavachim mutter. No, I'm not up there yet. Sorry. But in the bracket says you can't go to a bachma, you want to go up, task going on, the wherever it is, Arukh HaShulchan works out fine and well and dandy.